There's a moment where, and I ain't gonna tell you what part of the movie it is, but there's a moment where he's got that goddamn carrot in his mouth. He's walking around with a fully exposed diaper, holding a gold Tommy gun.
Yeah. There, you can see it right there.
And if you notice, the diaper's full. Al Capone. Name says it all. Y'all heard it before. Y'all know the man right here. You know, it's funny, you always hear about this guy being the charming prohibition businessman, or you either heard he was the most feared and dangerous and notorious gangster in Chicago during Prohibition time. Mm-hmm. It's usually those two things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how we don't ever have that movie about Al Capone that shit on himself. Al Capone that sat there and just pissed all over his chair. We've been asking about that for years, man. How come we ain't get that?
Yeah, you always hope that, you know, if they're going to make movies about you, they never get to those years.
or they just focus on the least interesting part of your life.
They'll focus on me being charming or notorious and infamous. You know, let's leave the shit part out. Oh, no. Hell no.
No.
Let's do all that.
No, at some point you piss somebody off.
Literally.
Yeah. Piss on yourself.
Every now and then you shit on somebody. Literally. Everybody's going to find out everything about you and put it out there if you were that notorious or you that famous or infamous.
Will it be flattering?
No.
Probably not.
No. Yeah. You know, listen, it's time. It's about that time. We've seen all that we can see with the cool Al Capone.
Oh, yeah.
We've all seen the charismatic Al
that.
Capone. We done got movie after movie after movie that to where it's old.
Well, I'll tell you one more thing. You got an all-out prize fight, you wait till the fight's over, one guy's left standing, and that's how you know who won.
That's Robert De Niro from The Untouchables, right there.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great performance. We've seen all that before. No, as I said before the show started, we want to hear about Shitty Pants Capone over here, man, which is a story that we get right here. It's about an hour and 40 minutes of Al Capone just losing his mind, shitting on himself, peeing on himself, and just wandering around his house confused and lost.
Mumbling.
God. You know, because this is the years of Al Capone where syphilis really kicked in, took over his brain, and this is him starting to actually recognize the sins of his life. Somewhere on the property, somewhere around here, this crazy ass, he done buried $10 million and can't remember where it is. Mm-hmm. But if we can just sit up here and just maybe just, you know, keep him walking, keep him occupied, keep that brain going just a little bit. Maybe he'll reveal where all that money is, and the rest of the family whose lives he done over at this point. Maybe this is the last thing that he can give them before he leaves this earth. Now that's cool, right? That's the side of Al Capone you never heard about before. That's a story you never really see in the movie, and it also has suspense in there, man. Oh, who's gonna get the money?
Does it though?
Yeah, you said that's cool. Nothing about that synopsis sounded interesting at all to me.
Actually, it sounds very interesting to me. Because, as I said, you don't get that story about Al Capone, but everybody talks about it. Everybody talks about no one's filmed it that much. In fact, I don't even think I've seen a story about it. Everybody talks about how he died of syphilis. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. He tax evasion, lived his life in exile, and died of syphilis. But no one ever puts that to film at all. And, hey, look, if it's something that we all talked about, then it's something that I think we all should see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the triumphant return of Josh Trank. That shit sounds familiar. It should. We'll tell you more about this guy as we watch the trailer for Capone.
We made a promise. Someday we was gonna make it big.
I've been talking about this movie about Al Capone. If that's what you're looking for, a movie about Al Capone, you ain't getting it here.
No.
This is a movie about a family that adopted a pet zombie that they named Al Capone. But this ain't Al Capone.
You do better watch Scarface.
Yeah. This shit, I'm serious, y'all. I'm not even trying to make a joke. There are moments in here where I thought I was watching an episode of The Walking Dead or something.
Jesus.
It's almost comical how this is a gangster zombie film.
This is really good. No. Spit. Go.
You know, people, this is only a matter of time before he starts like hunting human flesh. If you told me, if you walked into this and I told you that this was a movie where people adopted a pet zombie and trained him to talk, the way this plays out in certain parts, you'd believe me.
What is this? It's a platypus.
Yeah.
E.T. fuck.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's talking pretty good for a zombie. You got it.
Yeah, man, they trained him well. They got him good, man. This half of this really is somewhat of a horror film. The movie opens up with him roaming the halls like a goddamn ghoul in the dark
For a long time.
for a long time with
time.
thunder outside.
Way too long.
And by the way, it's 12 minutes before they even get to the opening credits.
That's right.
It is. It's a long ass time. Because when the credits popped up, I was like, "Oh shit!" I thought they already played the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have a opening, little dialogue to let you know. Okay, this is Al Capone. This is after he's come out of prison. He's already had syphilis.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I got to read a bunch just to set up the first scene.
Yeah, shit we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to prison in 1931 for tax evasion. Okay.
So then, to put the title up there 12 minutes in, you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Why do it now? We know.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all had a history class. We've all seen The Untouchables. We all have watched something on TV about Al Capone. You know, come on, man.
It tells you.
Yeah. But here, like I said, this is a horror movie, and the emphasis is very much on body horror. And this is where the movie starts to get really weird because of the director. This director has a heart on for just making movies about people and their body problems. Josh Trank. Josh Trank seems with this movie right here. We'll follow up with this whole discussion about him and his infatuation with people's body parts, body functions, body parts, body horrors. We'll get into all that in a little bit. But for this particular movie, he is infatuated with the physical demise of Al Capone. Because as I said, we all know, we've heard this. Al Capone had syphilis. And, what a lot of people don't know, he got it. He didn't get it in prison. He got it at the age of 20. It's a young Al Capone right there. He got the age of 20. And
Before that.
now, they say in the movie 15. I read 20 a couple times.
I always read it was in his teens.
Because,
anyway.
maybe he knew he had it when he was 20, but he refused to get help.
Right.
Because he was too embarrassed to go out and get help. Yeah. So by the time he got to prison and he was looking for help, they said, shit, you gone, man.
Yeah.
Get back in the cell.
Yeah, like, we got penicillin now, but
yeah. They even
plus it was like, they don't want to give it to you.
they even gave him malaria, man. They gave him treatments that they weren't even using on everybody else just to see if it would work on him. They used it as a lab rat almost. And they said, syphilis done moved in and they set up furniture and shit. It ain't going nowhere. To the point where it got to his brain.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, people. Al Capone he literally got mind and caught an STD. brain caught syphilis. And it just it pretty much just destroyed his body and his brain.
So many times along this movie, I thought this would be an interesting angle to pursue. Oh, right here, if we follow this, we could come in on this story.
Yeah.
And tell it in a way that's not what everybody expects.
Nope.
None of that.
Man,
focus on the dementia, syphilis. That's it.
His body is falling apart so much. There's so many fluids that are involved with him. There were moments that I thought I was watching a less gory version of The Fly. Mm-hmm. The Jeff Goldblum one, by the way.
Less gory.
Less gory. I was waiting on. I kept waiting for Tom Hardy's ears to fall off.
I was gonna say, you gonna show a picture of Jeff Goldblum and Fly?
There he is.
I was like, that's Al Capone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which one of the two is
Exactly. You won't be able to tell the difference.
I was like, man, boy, just leave this shit alone for a little while. What is going on with you? This is your fetish? Just looking at somebody just rot away? Because, seriously, as the movie goes on, Tom Hardy looks like a wax figure walking in the summer sun.
with stuff pieces falling off of them,
and like I said, what it lacks in gore, it makes up more in body fluids. This is the first horror movie. Seriously, this is the first horror movie that I've seen more shit and piss than blood.
Yeah, it's too bad the 4D theaters aren't open anymore when you could get smell-o-vision.
Yeah. Or they just have a 40-year-old man come in and just shit on you and fart on you.
You said what it makes up, lax and hard makes up in doo-doo.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how many times are they going to show this guy shit himself?
Yeah.
It's funny how often you'll see a movie and you're like, it was promising for a while, but at the end it shit the bed. Never seen one literally shit the bed in the first 20 minutes.
I was going to say, he did at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's a line in the movie. You shit the bed. You talking to Tom Hardy or the director?
The director. Because if it was the director, he's like, I know, I'm going to do it a couple more times too before this is over.
Yeah. There are points where it looks like it's just, it just looks like, if there's a hole on Al Capone in this movie, there's something dripping out of it. If there's an orifice, it's got ooze coming out of it. There was a moment I saw shit that, I ain't talking about shit, I'm talking about feces dripping from his ears almost. And that ain't even sweat. His pores just ooze slime. Just a sheen of just
yellowish.
Just bile over this man right here. It makes you miss Venom.
So many snacks, so little time.
You know, that dude's like, at least you ain't Al Capone. Right?
Exactly.
Venom has great hygiene compared to Al Capone in this movie. It's like,
smells
God,
better.
Damn. Like I said, I admired the movie, man, because he had a great. Listen, for me, he had a great premise in the film. I believe it was a great move for him to go in and say, I'm gonna choose a story that not everybody focuses on. This is a more interesting. This is more of an interesting chapter in his life than me seeing another gangster movie.
Sure.
This is way more interesting to me than seeing somebody, another piece of shit glorified out there. More scenes of shootouts with gangsters and whatnot. This is Jesus. He got that.
He wasn't ready for that.
He was not ready for that at all. He thought he was getting something good.
Well, it's Valentine's Day. Oh, no.
Hey, guys, I heard they bringing prostitutes.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Where's the chocolates?
Yeah.
Look at my man. He did not expect. The last thing he was expecting was a bullet.
Yep.
I heard they're going to bring kittens over. This is going to be awesome.
Surprise, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Something bit me.
Well, the guy next to him is just annoyed.
Yeah. I knew this was coming out all the time. You hurry this up and get it over with.
I thought this was cool to show like this guy withering away, a very sad last chapter in his life. This is the last year of his life. And also, like I said, in the background, you have the family and the FBI wondering, where's this money that he hid? You could, if it was done right, you could have worked suspense in that way. But that's, what's the $10 million that he has? But it didn't work out like that. And they're like, nah, f that. Let's just watch him rot for an hour and 40 minutes. Let's just watch this man just wither away, just shamble around for an hour and 40 minutes. It is fascinating to watch from a performance perspective and not like the way you probably think I'm saying.
Okay, good.
Because
we're gonna fight.
Listen, he did clarify that.
Hey, listen, because Tom Hardy's throwing everything he has into a role that is just too ridiculous to work. It's just whatever they got written for him, whatever he's being directed, it's just too stupid to actually work, man. Now if you have a movie about a walking, talking virus, a comedic film, sure, that'll work. Even though if you're talking about a sequel to Osmosis Jones, maybe that'll work. But if if you're wanting to watch a movie about Al Capone suffering from syphilis, the way they have it portrayed here, it is way too over the top.
Yes, Tom Hardy has, ever since he hit the scene in Bronson, he's been known as an actor's actor, a chameleon, ready to take on wildly different roles and throw himself into and disappear. He's 5'6". He can play 6'5" Bane. He did a movie where it was just him in a car driving around for an hour and a half. Whatever it is, he's willing to do it. Here was where he f***ed up. Yeah. He went one too many. He did too much, threw way too many character tricks into this role, and made it. He got to Nicolas Cage territory. You talk about a script. I don't even know if he had a script because all his dialogue is Ragatone, Richard Gold.
He's just growling, just grumbling through this. Yeah, he's just.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, you know it.
I'm like, this movie's got problems, and he's one of the big ones. Showboat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, before he opens his mouth, that makeup is already taken away. When I saw the trailer, that's why I said, from the moment he opens his mouth, that makeup is taken away from any kind of believability, or taken away from any kind of performance that he's going to do. And the sicker that he gets in the movie, the more rubber they throw in his face.
Yeah, it's true.
And then when he does start talking, Martin's right. You know, when he starts talking, he sounds like an old witch.
Yeah, he does.
Sound like an old witch, or especially when he starts talking like an Italian. Sound like an old bruja, because you can't understand what he's saying. It's all creaky and shit. I don't get what he's doing.
Right, and when he talks in Italian, the ADR is so bad on that too. And you always notice that. I know. I make a big thing.
Well, there was some scenes where it's him talking like this, and he's just got y'all always pointing that finger.
Gypsy finger.
Yeah. And it was like, God damn. Are you giving an order? You casting a spell right now? Cause
both.
Yeah.
Abracadabra.
And that's when you can understand. There were moments where he just said shit you didn't even know. What was that? Is that written in the script? Or did you actually just shit on yourself? Shit, somebody in the chat said Gollum.
Yeah, right.
Gollum's George Clooney compared to this motherfucker. If he ain't yelling, then, like I said, most of the movie is just him just wandering the halls, just confused. Peekaboo. Just peekaboo. I see you, serpent. I'm gonna get you. Yeah, he's just wandering the halls, man, confused. A lot of the movie is him doing this right here. As the performance gets more physically demanding, the more ridiculous he gets.
Yeah. And
the more ridiculous they make him look. People, I know everybody wants to be on Tom Hardy's side, man. I already read some reviews. I usually don't like to read them, but I was just curious. I had to go in and say, well, okay, sure. I have to see what some people are saying about this. And some people, they love Tom Hardy. They really trying to give it to him. I'm sorry, Tom Hardy's great, but this is not the one. They go out their way to make this man look like a fool.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. It's easy to say, well, I know Tom Hardy's a good actor and this wasn't his fault. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I ain't taking no blame off Josh Trank, but Tom Hardy is right there with him.
They make this man look like a goddamn fool. They go out of their way.
I'm telling you, I almost cut it off during that Wizard of Oz scene.
Oh, yeah.
I know. God
I know.
damn. I had to push pause and just take a walk. I was like, hold on, man.
People, they go out of their way. Throughout the movie, he's sick as but he got a cigar in his mouth the whole time.
The whole movie.
And then halfway through, they say that they say that they have to take the cigar away because they want to be healthy. No, he took the cigar away because they wanted to make him look stupid. He spends the rest of the movie, and one person said in the movie, they said, what the f*** is he, Bugs Bunny? They said, well, he is now, goddammit.
He is.
He spent half this movie with a goddamn carrot in his mouth. And it gets crazier because he's got the carrot in his mouth, and then it gets to a point where they just say, f*** it. For lack of a better term, and I don't mean to be offensive, but I don't know what else to say. They just go full retard with him. There's a moment where, and I ain't gonna tell you what part of the movie it is, but there's a moment where he's got that goddamn carrot in his mouth. He's walking around with a fully exposed diaper, holding a gold Tommy gun.
Yeah. There, you can see it right there.
And if you notice, the diaper's full.
Yeah.
Yeah, the diaper was sagging like a mother, wasn't it?
People, this is the point where Tom Hardy should have looked at this in the script and said, no, f you. I'm not taking this.
I'm not doing this shit.
You're just trying to make me look stupid now. Yeah, come on, man. It's a moment. Look, I know. I know.
Unless he was into it
Yeah.
and helped plan it, thinking this will build my character. This is where I should go with this. Let's just get wild with it.
Yeah. I mean, it is, listen, it is an actor's movie, but I think, listen, folks, I think when I get to the part of look, you could throw a lot of shit. You mean gonna make me go through this movie with a carrot in my mouth? Okay. You're gonna make me go through this movie melting and looking like a goddamn orc and shit. You know, okay, fine, I'm a goblin. All right, I'm not the most glamorous looking, it's not the most glamorous looking role that I had, but I think the part when if I read the script and it said, and at some point I have to walk around with a carrot in my mouth, a diaper full of my own shit, and a gold Tommy gun, I think that's where I said, thank you, but no thank you, I'm out. That part of the movie is where I just said, okay, you know what? This is just sad.
It's lunacy.
It's sad not for Al Capone. It's sad y'all had Tom Hardy doing this shit. I know an actor does, and if it really, you know, kind of lend itself to the story, then that'd be one thing. But they had just been making this man look more foolish and crazy as it goes along, and that's all there is to it. It's almost like Josh Trank is in the wardrobe department trying to one up himself.
It also seems like maybe one of Josh Trank's ancestors was killed in the Valentine's Day massacre, and he's just had a hate on for Al Capone because he wrote and directed this, and so, but it's when somebody wants to make somebody look bad, and you go like, oh wow, I didn't know that about them. But then they go so overboard, you start to go, wait a minute, this is a smear campaign.
People,
I can't believe any of this.
People, I mean, it ain't as bad as a shitty diaper and a carrot in your mouth. But they even have a point. I mean, this is where you should have known when shit was gonna go left. They got a point where they put Al Capone in drag. They got this motherfucker like driving Miss Daisy.
Something Bugs Bunny would do.
Yeah, and it just doesn't stop there.
It won't stop.
There are so many moments where it
Can't
just
stop, won't stop.
Yeah, there's so many moments that you tell the movie, you say, look, I get it. The man is dying. The man is dying from an STD. He's falling apart before my eyes. I get it. Can we get on with the story?
No.
Can we get on with it? And they like, no, but wait, there's more. And the more that they put in there it makes you think at some point they lay it on so thick that you start to think, all right, is this, now you're with me, is this a comedy?
Right?
Seriously, people, it's like, I get it, man. He's got syphilis. He's lost control of his bowels and of his bodily functions. No, hold on. No, I don't think you understand because you ain't heard him fart yet. Oh, no. And this is where you sit up here and you think, all right, what tone were you going for with this?
No. Oh.
You know what? Okay, are we still watching a drama? Am I supposed to laugh? At this point, man, you just tell me what the fuck you want because I don't know where I am anymore.
Went on forever.
I don't.
It
went on forever.
And now cut that.
Yeah, you cut
That's what I'm saying. That went on way longer than that.
On and on and on.
Even Tom Hardy's like, God damn, y'all on your cut? Tom Hardy's like, you know what? I actually shit on myself for real now.
Yeah, man.
I sharted.
Yeah.
You know, I really at a point I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. I don't know if I'm supposed to like treat this as a comedy. Is this still a horror movie? Is this a drama, a tragedy? I really don't know where we are. And I wish you'd give me some guidance, but you will get none of that. You will get none. You know, the thing is, this seems this went off the rails because of Josh Trank and his love for body horror. It's almost like he has Cronenberg syndrome or something.
Yeah, people keep wanting to make a comparison to Cronenberg and Lynch with this. And I just feel like, nice try, but no.
No, I mean, Cronenberg would probably do some of this, but he would either do one or two things. In the case of something like The Fly, you know, Cronenberg would do his thing and he'd make it all gross and nasty and play with body horror, but he would tell a story.
Yes.
Or he would make his own movie and go completely nuts. Mm-hmm. This doesn't really hit anywhere in those levels, man. There's a point here where, you know, Josh Trank, you have to remember, Josh Trank is, we talk about him doing this body stuff because that's where he up with the Fantastic Four. He didn't make a Marvel movie. He tried to take the Fantastic Four, and he even said this. He took the Fantastic Four, which is supposed to be one of the most fun-loving Marvel movies out there, and he said, you know what? No, I want to do my Cronenberg shit with that.
4 have survived.
All the stretching and the rocks and the people burning, then he forgot that this was even a superhero movie at one point.
Yeah. Had to come in and reshoot. Like, oh yeah, come in and film some superhero stuff at the end if you don't mind.
Here's the wig.
I guess.
Yeah, he didn't even do those. They had to bring somebody else in. He gonna get mad talking about, can you believe that I even direct those parts? I said, you better be glad you didn't. Did you not see the wig on that shit that they had in there? We went from this right here to a fake ass platinum blonde wig. But the last 2 movies that he made, Fantastic Four and this, that vision was not applied properly. Like I said, you had a very interesting story, and your vision was to make this somewhat, and I'm not joking, people, was to make this a horror film. I don't mind people doing something different, because what this is really what it comes down to is Al Capone, with his going into dementia, with his syphilis on the brain. And it's him just having to reckon with all the crimes and horrors that he's done over his life. And the audience is supposed to take this nightmare ride with him. And sometimes it actually works. There are moments in here where it even feels like The Shining, or it feels like It, or something on that level. But it's just, while the tone is there and the promise is there, it's just not executed very well to capture that.
It's the kind of thing you want to set up for a drama, and he doesn't know how to direct. From what I can see, he doesn't know how to direct a drama. So it defaults into being, just kind of like you said, a crazy horror movie that doesn't play out for the beats that it needs to deliver.
I found a lot of this felt like a bottle film. Just because he's never anywhere else, and even with the flashbacks, you don't feel like you're there. It's a lot of symbolism for his crimes, so I never felt the effect of the crimes he was doing, like that he felt bad about.
Yeah,
because there's too much symbolism involved with it, and it didn't work on that. And I found a lot of this movie to be boring. Quite frankly.
Oh my God.
I mean, I was bored through a lot of it.
Yeah.
Through the lion's share of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have to say, I was not bored. I wanted to see what other crazy shit that they would do. I didn't think they were doing it well, but the movie pulled me into it because it is so weird. I will give him that. He did make something on his own. Josh Trank, he comes in with, like I said, with this vision, and he put it out there and stuck to it, because this is an independently produced movie. Right. $20 million is what it was made for. And I will give you this. The $20 million, because they're shooting on such limited locations. I think they just had this Florida mansion to shoot on. They use those locations well. The cinematography that they have on this, they got a good cameraman working here. And I like the rest of the cast. I like Linda
Cardellini a lot.
Yeah, his wife. Mm-hmm. This is her over here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cast is good, man. She's very good. I actually like Noel Fisher. Noel Fisher plays his son. I really like the scenes with him, man. There's even a moment Noel Fisher, his son. There's a moment he's hanging out with his mother, and they have some good moments where they're talking about what are we gonna do with this guy, while we're trying to be good family members.
It's a great scene that doesn't have Tom Hardy in it.
Yes, for Tom Hardy not to come in and just wreck that shit.
Yeah,
I like Matt Dillon in the movie, man. Matt Dillon is actually very good. What they do with him doesn't make any sense.
Oh my God.
At all. They do people, when you find out something with his character, about how, something with his loyalty to Al Capone, it's not gonna make any sense at all. You might even be driving down the street or walking around the house. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, what the that can't that wait.
WTF,
yeah, guys. Hold on. How did that happen?
If that, then
yeah.
But if why, then did you? Okay.
Yeah. So what I do admire what Josh Trank wanted to do here. I like his idea. It's more original than a lot of gangster stuff we see out there, and like nobody's ever looked at this part of Al Capone's life this hard. on those parts where he's trying to get some certain tones to get a horror movie and whatnot, those tones actually work, even when you're dealing with a gangster like Al Capone. But when he misses, boy, he hits everything but his target. That mother, he was aiming at the dartboard and hit the wall, hit the person behind him, hit somebody at the bar,
hit the bartender.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get shot by him, stand right in front of him.
Right.
Yeah.
Be the barn.
Yeah. People, this is this has people split, and I can see people, because some people are actually loving this. And there's a lot more people saying, "Yeah, I don't know the I just saw," but I if you look at it again from maybe just a project that just didn't work, somebody that was trying to do something and it was a great attempt, but you f***ed up. I give this just a very, very average rental, man, because I do think it's worth looking at. We're talking about Tom, man. Some of the stuff you just need to see to believe what they do with him in this movie. It's a funny ass movie to see where they go with him, man. Some of this shit you're gonna be like, I cannot believe how they doing this, man.
I can't go f*** you, because I think that everybody had good intentions in this, and it's not lazy. It did make me angry, but I didn't like one frame of what I saw. And I was excited before I saw it, so I went into, oh yeah, Capone. That's all you know, because I hadn't heard anything about this, and I was like, man, Corey, who asked me to watch this, Martin for sending it to me.
And by the way, that's why I made you send it to him. I was like, you're gonna be part of this. I ain't taking the blame on this completely.
So yeah, this is a low some old bullshit from me.
Al Capone was a dastardly and disgusting human being, and responsible for at least the murders of 33, or probably even more.
Way more than that.
Way more than that. And he still didn't deserve this movie. Corey, I will go with you that there's some good cinematography here.
Yeah.
And some of the cast members, especially ones you mentioned, were good. Other than that, the movie's insane for no reason. And much like Billy, as crazy as it was, I was more bored. It's like I was just seeing crazy things that were unpleasant. And if it wasn't unpleasant, then it was just dull. I was like, man, this is just kind of going. It feels like it's going nowhere. I would say it's some old bullshit for me.
All right.
Some old Capone shit.
Yeah, y'all need to watch this scene where he's walking around in a diaper just blasting people.
Yeah, no. If you want to watch, fast forward every so often and then stop to watch, by all means.
Listen, that's one thing I can say. You probably will never see something like this again.
That picture right there.
When Josh Trank said, "I have a vision," I didn't know it was Al Capone, a dirty diaper with a carrot in his mouth, but it's unique. Ain't nobody else is doing it. Right. It's original.
Hey, one of his aliases was Al Brown. So.
Well, it's funny because reading the online debate with critics on Josh Trank is like, you think this is going to pull him back into Hollywood? This is resurrecting his career? And so many of them were like, oh, you goddamn right. Not in a good way, but yes, he's back.
Oh, yeah, he's back. He shot on everybody.
I'm telling you, he's got to make a movie with Nicolas Cage.